Previously on St. Elsworth.
Wait.
You're a lucky man, Fiscus.
Carol, it doesn't make sense for us to keep seeing each other.
It's 30 years since I have seen my husband.
And to our new life together here. When is my license approved?
I said you'd get your license, didn't I? Your surgical license was denied.
God, it's Stephen Craig, Mark's son.
Oh, Stephen.
He's dead.
Let's swing.
Too good.
You look healthy. Doing all right?
Great.
Well, things haven't changed around here much in 3 weeks. If you get a chance, come on up and visit.
I will.
I'll make sure I'm fine, okay? A couple every other day.
Come on, me, Banks.
I'll take her, Elliot.
Wayne, hi. Don't you want to take off your jacket?
Later, I'm psyched to jump in. I smell gas.
Don't blame me.
Oh, I mean gasoline, no-knock, low-lead.
After the jerk finished throwing punches, he poured a can of premium over my head and then chased me around, flicking his bick. Got an unusual sense of humor, that Jorge.
Any dizziness, loss of consciousness?
No. Actually, I just came in for this sore throat.
32.
Oh, let me take a look.
This one I straight.
Ooh, let's try and culture that.
So, how you feeling?
After 3 wonderful weeks at home recuperating, Mom waiting on me hand and foot, baseball, basketball, football, all on TV at the same time, batteries recharged. Who's she?
Jean Crane, Pat Crane's sister, the good-looking nurse in Optho.
Throat culturing too? You Crane girls really knocked me out.
After being shot when you left, you were so depressed.
Post-op blues, fine now. Back with a vengeance. Patrick Killarney?
Maintenance men took forever to patch up the bullet holes in the wall, but they did a good job. Well, so long. See you later.
See ya.
Oh, for crying out loud. There's still on the sack. I wanted to give him the good news.
Well, knock first, Mark.
She's supposed to be our maid. She spends more time between the sheets than changing them.
Good morning.
Yuri, this'll start your day off right. That's my robe.
Your old robe. Go on, tell him.
Right. I just got off the phone with Josiah Bartlett. He's a member of the Board of Registration in Medicine. And thanks to my appeal, your medical license has finally been approved.
Approved?
Well, as a resident under my supervision.
Маша, моя мечта сбылась, я буду оперировать. Маша, я буду оперировать. Маша. Маша.
Dr. Craig.
Dr. Craig, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's so wonderful. Oh,
Thank you. That's the best news for I'm absolutely overwhelmed. Dr. Craig.
For the love of Mike! Let's get to the hospital.
Yes, I'll shower.
I'll fix breakfast.
Hit this room with an extra blast of Lysol.
Elliot, brought your ticket yet for the Sweetbriar Orphanage dinner? Money goes to a good cause.
Gee, I'd love to see you pick up the Oliver Twist Award tomorrow night, but I'm on call. Anyway, when I asked you to give money to my pet charity, the ASPCA, you told me I was barking up the wrong tree.
Check will be in the mail today. Come on. Hey. Who's the magic marker?
Oh, I guess Wayne is up to his old tricks.
Victor Von Erlich. Cute.
Hey, Lucy.
Nope, can't go to the Lost Souls soiree.
But I'm being honored by my fellow parentless. What can possibly be more important?
Woolite night, wringing out my delegates.
Good thing. Last I saw, they're starting to sag.
I heard that. You go along with my diagnosis?
I wouldn't wait for final cultures. I'd go straight to Westfall.
Westfall's pretty busy right now.
In other words, you're having a hard time dealing with him since the two of you broke up.
Dr. Auslander, we've got a problem.
We have two teenage girls that were admitted early this morning. They're toxic with headache, fever, and meningeal signs. One of them presented with a petechial trunk rash.
Did you get lumbar punctures?
Reviewed the preliminary gram stains. Looks like meningococcal meningitis.
Well, then let's notify the public health department. And you'd better get the young ladies into isolation before we have an epidemic on our hands.
Yuri, on this side of the Iron Curtain, we don't skimp on the suds.
Howdy doody.
You're late, Ehrlich.
Mrs. Nichols' bypass surgery isn't scheduled for another 20 minutes.
If I'm here before you, you're late. There's been a change. Meet Dr. Yuri Petrovich.
My pleasure.
Along with performing a conventional bypass, we'll be demonstrating the YAG laser's ability to remove arterial blockages.
Love to see that. Who's performing the angioscopy?
Dr. Petrovich, you Dobsky.
Mark, I want to observe, all right?
Yeah, just stay out of the way.
Of course.
Oh, by the way, sir, did I mention...
That stupid orphan fundraiser. You've done everything but tattoo the date on my buttocks. And did you ever contribute to the Cushing Society's Alcoholic Research Center like I asked?
I'll have the donation there by Friday.
I'm not going. That's final.
You're being honored? The Oliver Twist Award is a high-water mark in my life. Next to operating with Dr. Craig, of course. Seeing Mrs. Craig in the stirrups.
I'm so embarrassed. I fainted right over my morning bagel.
You had any change in diet?
No, it's what I always have for breakfast. Of course, I don't usually throw up between halves. God, what a wreck. I usually look much better than this.
Under any stress at work?
No, not since pollination time.
Allergies?
Oh, no, I work at the Franklin Park greenhouses, assistant supervisor of horticulture. I had a tough year with the rose hybrids.
Miss Cheever, I'd like you to sign in, keep you for observation.
What did you find?
Nothing yet, but as soon as those tests get back, I'll know more. But vomiting blood's serious enough to keep you.
Well, begonias haven't been doing very well. Can I say no?
I would advise it. Louis, how about a lift to admissions?
Louis. Guess we gotta go now.
Everyone should have eye protection. Check that everyone has the goggles.
Yes, Dr. Petrovich. No problem.
Thank you.
These goggles, like 3D.
Pay attention, Ehrlich. Having placed the patient on the heart-lung machine, I've exposed the anterior descending artery. At this point, then, I'll turn things over to Dr. Petrovich, who will shed some light on the YAG laser.
Oh, that's excellent, Dr. Craig. I caught that. Shed some light laser.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll do my best to explain this exciting procedure. As you know, I come from Russia. However, I'm not a spy here to steal the technological secrets. Hello, Nikolai, can you read?
Can we get on with the angioscopy?
Of course. First, I'll ask Dr. Ehrlich to make a small distal incision in the artery.
Drill and a half.
The YAG uses a crystal to amplify a light at a specific wavelength. Properly focused, the burst of laser energy will vaporize the obstruction of the artery.
The use of the laser in cardiac surgery is still in its infancy, but it's growing fast.
While I'm threading the optical fiber into the vessel, please make sure all the safety goggles are in place. Because without them, the laser light could blind.
I would like to allow you both more freedom, but you'll have to remain in isolation until this meningitis gets under control. You can take off your mask.
I feel horrible. But I guess it's not so bad. I get to skip French in this room service. Hey, me and Juanita get to watch the soaps, right, Juanita?
What's going to happen to us?
Well, you'll be given penicillin through an IV in your arm. That will fight the bacteria and speed up your recovery.
But how did we get this disease?
You said you took a class bus trip to Mystic Seaport. A schoolmate carrying the bacteria must have passed the little bud around to you.
There goes the homecoming dance.
Patricia, we haven't been able to contact your parents.
Well, they're visiting my brother in Winston-Salem. They're supposed to be driving back tonight.
Have you reached my mother in Mexico City?
Talked to her a little while ago, but the connection was bad and we couldn't hear each other. We'll try again later on. Rest up, both of you.
Okay, I located the occlusion. I will trigger the beam.
Direct hit. This is the future.
How far have you come with laser angioscopy, Dr. Petrovich?
In Russia, it is our hope that soon this procedure will completely eliminate open heart surgery.
Well, that's a lot of nonsense.
Of course, among the old school, there has been much resistance to the technological change.
Dr. Craig, you and I could soon be obsolete. Good thing I'm young enough to learn another field.
Using a laser is not that difficult. And I can teach you, Dr. Ehrlich. And Dr. Craig.
Sounds fantastic.
Ehrlich, zip up.
Zipping, sir.
Could you hold it for a second, please?
Oh, boy.
Whoa, Darth Vader. Sorry.
When it comes to Star Wars, you're a black hole.
that bad, Elaine shooting?
Try the waiting room.
Clyde?
Oh, this poor geranium's been sitting here neglected. It's much too big for the pot it's in. And since the coleus in this pot's dead, I thought
We need to talk.
What you mean is you're going to talk and I should listen?
I got your blood test back. And you, you're very ill. That is, you have leukemia.
I know. Oh, look, what beautiful roots.
Well, why didn't you tell me down in the ER?
Leukemia is not a part of my life anymore.
Have you been on chemotherapy?
I was for a while. Till my hair fell out. I puked and ached all over. It's no way to live. So I quit. And I'm not going to start again.
Elaine, your disease has entered the acute phase. Without chemo, you probably won't survive a year.
It's exactly what the doctors at Springfield College told me 7 years ago. Here we are. Plenty of room to grow.
Someone's giving Victor a hard time. Are you going to that dinner?
I invited Victor to a fundraiser once for the Crisis Center Suicide Hotline. You know what he told me? Go jump off a roof.
In Russia, if you show up for work early, you're a saboteur. If you show up late, you're the enemy of socialism. But if you come on time, where did you get the watch?
Funny.
Thank you.
That is, if world domination and repression of human values is a joke.
I appreciate Dr. Petrovich's sense of humor.
Huh?
A survival instinct, necessary where there is fear and little freedom of speech.
Like rounds with Mark.
Excuse me. I'll pepper at my table.
How about salt, too?
Salt, too. Wait. May I say, you're quite a whiz in the OR as well. You should have seen Dr. Peltovich play that yag.
Yeah, Ehrlich, we all know.
Congratulations, Orphan of the Year.
Thank you. Will you all be attending?
Well, I'll be taking care of Tommy. I'm sorry.
And I'm preparing for the arrival of my husband.
And you, sir?
Why, it's bake night, the women's auxiliary luncheon. I'm buttering Catherine's muffins.
I understand.
An orphan growing up to become a heart surgeon. Such an American fable.
You know a lot about America, huh, Yuri?
It's a wonderful country which sometimes ignores its faults.
Well, there's not much we can do about the San Andreas.
False? What about World War II? The U.S. had to jump in and rescue your collective butt from the Nazis. So then you take over Eastern Europe, and we're left standing at the Yalta.
Perhaps Roosevelt misjudged Tommy.
Look, the communists are only interested in running the whole show.
As I saw in Vietnam, socialism just filled in the vacuum created by the misuse of power.
Oh, please. South Vietnam, South Korea, no national character. Neither one of you had enough pride to fight off the Reds.
Well, whatever the reason, both superpowers have to keep their finger off that button. Start healing and feeding people who need help.
Look, let's not start with "we are the world," hmm?
One tragedy after another since December 7th, 1941. Some think it was the bombing of Hiroshima that was the turning point.
And then there are the incursions like Afghanistan. I mean, you Russians think that you can waltz in and get pushy with people who spend their whole lives building up the place.
And you have the right to order everyone around, right?
Not only the right, but the firepower to back it up. I got patience to see.
Perhaps it would be best to keep politics out of the hospital.
That's looking for a raise on top of a salary that we're all admiring already. Mark, thank you very much for the call. It says here John wants to have his own show someday. Is that true?
I think you got this information from the other source. I do have a fantasy.
Last period, chemistry with Mr. Compton. Yeah, I'd be in French with Mrs. Newman on her fat white arms. Où est la bibliothèque? Boy, I feel like crap.
Dr. Ostrander told me to tell you that we reached your folks and they're on their way.
Are they going to be mad? Why would they be mad? Well, 'cause we're sick? Hey, my parents are cool. They trust me.
We're still trying to reach your mom.
Nothing works right. The area of Mexico City where we live was destroyed by the earthquake last year.
I saw that on the news.
Yeah, Juanita's house was totally demolished. That's why my mother sent me to the United States as an exchange student. Nowhere for all of us to live. Mama says we will build a new house. But how? There is no money. I feel terrible. Well, actually, the earthquakes made it possible for me to have a wonderful life in the U.S. with your family. No, I mean, I really feel terrible. I think I'm going to lose my...
Take it easy.
How come I never see you in your room? You should be in bed. For that matter, so should I.
I just took this sweet older woman, Mrs. Barassa, back to her room. I had her up for a spin in the walker. Oh, look, as long as I'm stuck here, I may as well keep busy.
It's a classic case of denial. You can't face your disease and accept treatment, so you turn your attention everywhere else.
Waiting for Godot. College production. Director had a weird concept. I played the tree. No lines. Plenty of time to think on stage. This was a year after I'd been diagnosed and had started chemo, and I was a little out of things. But see, I was really into this part. Thinking like a tree. And one night it hits me. I'm deciduous. Well, trees have their seasons. There's death, followed by life. So, instead of accepting the miserable terms leukemia offered, letting the disease run my life, I've chosen to let my life run the disease.
You're being totally unrealistic.
Doctors want patients to accept one role. Passive, obedient, unstimulated bodies lying in beds under fluorescent lights. If you knew what that was like, you'd know how counterproductive that is.
I've been a patient. 3 weeks ago, I was working in the ER, and a woman came in gunning for her husband and shot me instead. I was dead for an hour while they cut me open.
Hey, you were dead. But now you're alive.
Big deal. The world is a cesspool, a pit, where maggots greet you with gunfire and scumball drunks cross over the center line. The whole place stinks. Smile.
Shouldn't you be at home resting up for tomorrow's little Orphan Annie Award?
Please, I'm tired of all the cruel jokes, okay? Especially these.
Oh, I don't know. This one's kind of flattering.
Uh-huh.
Oh, come on, Victor. You're the king of insensitive jokes.
Doesn't mean I like them. You wouldn't understand. You Greeks have a strong sense of family. I read the Iliad. Everyone's on a first-name basis. You know, I was 7 when my parents died in a car accident. Closed casket funeral. I never even saw them to say goodbye. Separated from my brother and sister. Raised by my Aunt Charisse.
I thought you liked her.
I didn't have a choice. She drank. She was never there when I needed her. She's not even coming tomorrow night. You know, it's bad enough that the people you care about aren't around when you're growing up. But tomorrow night, no one I care about will be there either.
Oh, what the heck. My delicates can wait. Do you still take me?
Lucy, honey, bunny, you're the greatest. Oh, listen, while we're on the subject, would you unload some of these tickets, please? Love you.
This is a mistake, Ellen.
I think it'll be fun to see old home movies. Masha and I found these cleaning out the closets for the Goodwill people, and she wants to see them.
I hope you didn't give away any of my clothes.
Well, I did pull a few things for Yuri.
Oh, great. He's practically taking the clothes off my back. Here, let me have this. You need to get the film right on the sprockets.
Why are you such an old bear today? Oh, good. Yuri, right over there. I'm so excited seeing home movies.
Okay, I'm ready. Ellen, if you'd get the lights, please.
Mrs. Craig, is that you? Oh, that's we won then.
Look at the fins on that Buick, huh? A car was a car in 1956. America was in the midst of incredible prosperity. Ellen and I were just married. Started with nothing.
Oh, listen, Mark, my dowry was...
Peanuts. Realized how darn lucky we were to be a young couple starting our life in this country, which is the way you should feel.
What does that mean?
It means remember who helped you get this far.
You know, I'm getting sick of you treating me as a bad child.
You know, you have tried to show me up from the word go. I opened the door for you, Petrovich, and you slammed it in my face. You're ungrateful.
And you're a petty little dictator corrupted by your own illusion of power.
Okay, that does it. Get out.
Mark, please.
They both have jobs. They can pull their own wagon.
As of now, Masha no longer works for you. Come.
And I expect that den to be as clean as an OR. An American OR. Oh, now, come on, Ellen, don't cry. Hey, they'll be fine.
It's my baby. One dish, two dish, red fish, blue fish. Barbara, here's Masha. Oh, I'm so glad to see you. I've been worried sick. Where'd you two go last night? Howard Johnson's? Oh, I am just furious with Mark. I apologize about last night, Masha.
No.
What are you doing? It's my job to clean house. Oh, no. No, Yuri's right. You shouldn't work for us anymore. We're friends. When Dr. Craig and Yuri left house yesterday, they friends, happy. Then they come back yesterday afternoon, boom. What could have happened? Yuri say nothing. Well, Yuri wandered into Mark's barnyard. Then Mark feels threatened. Dr. Craig is a great surgeon. There's plenty of room for both. But not in his spotlight. Men are so territorial, you know? Mark's father taught him never to back down from a challenge. Yuri is Moskvich, proud of his heritage, never conquered. Male pride. We gals would never act like that, would we, Barbara? I wish we could bring them together. Well, if we don't do it, nobody else will. Oh, there we go. You know, all the pressure's put on my son, Stephen, to achieve, to be the best, to be a man. Eventually, that's why he died. You know, we mothers just want our children to grow up safely.
Last night, Patricia's parents brought us some robes, pajamas, many nice things. I only wish Patricia felt better.
Dr. Ostrander says you're recovering fast. That's why he wanted another chest x-ray. Well, back to bed.
Clear! Another 100 lidocaine, and let's go again. Get her out of here.
What happened?
Infection involved the heart. She developed ventricular irritability and coded. Go! Clear! Sinus tack. She'll be fine.
A measly $15. Come on, this means so much to Victor. If you could have seen him yesterday, heartsick because nobody's coming, in tears.
Victor?
Yeah.
I don't buy it. Or the ticket. I got grounds.
All right. This is on me, but you better show up.
I don't believe it. Hope your acceptance speech is good.
Hey, all right. Sound like hotcakes, huh?
Yeah. And I'm greasing a griddle. Old King Cole was a merry old man, okay. Old King Cole was a merry old man. Man doesn't rhyme with coal. What rhymes with man?
Stan.
Stan, great. Old King Stan was a merry old man, and a merry old man was he. He called for his pipe, and he called for his bowl, and he called for his fiddlers.
Shut up.
Okay, not too nice, but okay. Old King Stan was a merry old man, and a merry old man was he. He called for his pipe, and he called for his bowl, and he called for his fiddlers to shut up.
There is also a pulmonary flow murmur.
Pulmonic stenosis?
No, it's more like an atrial septal defect.
Possible. The cardiac echo will pin it down. There's nothing to worry about, Mr. Freed.
Dr. Trovich, how did you make that diagnosis just by listening to a stethoscope?
In our country, there are very few machines for a number of patients. So we learn to evaluate cases without the aid of technology.
Yes, well, in this country, we have the technology. So don't jump to conclusions. Rounds are over.
Whether you like it or not.
It's gonna be boring, and I don't like them anyway.
Like isn't the problem here. I don't care whether you like them or not.
I don't want to go.
Oh, yeah, you little jerk. How about this?
Stop it.
Huh? You gonna buy a ticket?
Do that again.
Huh? You gonna buy a ticket? What?
Give me the ticket.
All right, you twerp. You better be there. That's all I gotta say. If you're not there, it's gonna be hell to pay.
Enough to have a good time.
Ah, Luther, you're next. Hi, Wayne. What can I do for you?
Lab for Lane Cheever?
Remember me?
Sore throat turned out to be parentoxular abscess. Your boyfriend likes to play with fire?
Yeah, see, that's what I wanted to tell the nurses. If a big guy comes looking for me, don't tell him my room number, okay? He tried to set me on fire once, and I know he'll try again.
Sound like a fun couple.
These results gotta be wrong.
Bad news?
I admitted a girl yesterday with acute leukemia, refused chemo, and according to this lab, she's in complete remission.
That's impossible. Come on.
Unless she really is deciduous.
Okay?
Okay. What is it you want?
Yuri, give Mark another chance.
He insulted me. Treats me like inferior.
I know, just like everybody else. But really, you know, Mark can be very sweet. Besides, if you want to work at St. Eligius, you have to get along with Mark. I can help Yuri. I know him better than anyone else does. He thinks you're a fine surgeon. He wants to be friends.
You think that aortic aneurysm here is large enough to affect the renal arteries? Because it could explain the man's hypertension.
No, that aneurysm is much too low. Practically at the bifurcation.
Yeah, you're right.
I know I'm right. It's a good thing you've cut back on your administrative duties, because you need practice.
You know, Mark, one of these days somebody's gonna punch you right in the snout.
Fat chance. And they better hope they knock me out if they do.
Well, once it could have been me.
Yeah, where did you learn to box?
From a priest that used to work here.
Yes.
Excuse me.
What do you want?
Please, accept my apologies for Yuri.
I should never have let you con me into helping him immigrate.
Yuri is a very important surgeon in Soviet Union. It is hard for him to need your help.
Yeah, well, over here, he has little choice. What?
He's still looking.
Yeah, he's under the desk. Alley, oxen free. You can come out now, Donald.
C'est un métier incroyable.
I have cleaned house for you. I know you like order. At hospital, too. It will help to put things back in order if you give Yuri another chance. He think you very great surgeon. He wants to be friends.
Wanna watch TV? No.
Ladies, rough morning for you. How are you feeling?
What if my heart stops beating again?
That's why you're here, so that we can help you.
It's not much comfort.
Juanita, your mother and I spoke a few minutes ago.
Was she upset?
I told her you were improving quickly. She would like you to fly home.
No.
Your mother wants to take care of you.
There is nothing for me in Mexico City. No nice place to live. No school like here. Nothing. Please.
She's your legal guardian, and you're well enough to go. There's little I can do. I'm very sorry. I spoke to the Kimballs. They're making arrangements for you to leave tonight.
I don't want to go home. Well, at least you can.
Finish going through resident evaluations tomorrow, all right?
Oh, next year will be too soon.
Code red means there's a fire.
I knew he'd come.
Get the glass ready. On the head, too. Good, yeah.
Some scissors?
Here you go, glasses. Get the ceiling going.
You're not even excited.
I always knew I'd be fine.
I've had your results checked and rechecked. Yesterday was my first day back since I got shot, telling everybody I'm okay. The truth is, I'm out of my mind. Terrified that it could happen again. Since I got your results back, well, maybe you're right. Positive attitude, the world doesn't have to be such a lousy place.
Hey, be careful!
You okay? You all right?
E = MC squared. Or did I hear that somewhere?
Bang, you're dead.
Can't kill me. I'm invincible.
Hi. Miss your friend?
Seeing her jump around made me feel even worse.
Why, you're responding differently to the antibiotics than she did.
Yeah, by going downhill.
Recovery can take time.
But I could keep sliding and never fully recover, right?
Yes.
Die.
Very unlikely.
It's not fair. And Juanita expects me to give a damn just because she has to go to Mexico City. How can this happen? That she gets to blow out of here and my life is totally screwed up.
The luck of the draw. You have money, good home, good parents who understand you, but you're very sick. Juanita's well, but she has nothing in Mexico City. Life's all trade-offs.
It's not good enough.
I agree.
Barbara's down for the night. I put the intercom right next to her. Breathing softly. We're having guests. My grandmother's coin silver is on the table, and you're serving takeout Chinese?
No more Masha to cook, remember?
All of a sudden you've forgotten how to cook?
I wanted something neutral.
Then we should be serving Swiss chard.
Mark, please try.
I'll be the perfect host. Masha, Yuri, welcome, welcome. Finish your post-op rounds okay?
Oh, yeah, fine.
Good, good. Listen, Ellen has a nice dinner for us, but why don't we start out with a glass of Moet in the living room, okay?
We'll be right there.
Come on, Yuri.
Boy, when I see Chandler...
Smart guy. I didn't know anything could be this bored. I would have paid $30 not to come.
Well, hearing the orphanage choir sing Poor Little Lamb, it was kind of heartwarming.
So's the defibrillator.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sweetbriar Orphanage has been caring for the wayward and homeless waifs of Boston since 1932. And every year since then, we have sought to bestow the Oliver Twist Award upon an orphan for his or her outstanding achievement in the fields of letters, science, and in the arts. This year's recipient, for his work as a dedicated surgical resident and one-time local television personality, Dr. Victor Earle.
Please, I'd like some more.
Thank you. When I was a child, I remember reading Oliver Twist. Maybe I just saw the movie, but I gotta tell you, it scared the dickens out of me. No, seriously, being an orphan is really kind of terrifying. I mean, you don't know who you are. No father's aftershave to try on. No mother to let you lick the spoon. We begin life outside of the litter. People are constantly reminding us that we're deprived, we're starting out on the short side. But what are the rules for a, quote, great life, and who decides on them? I mean, we all have handicaps, we're all missing something. I see people struggle to overcome loss every day around St. Regis. The life we have is the life we have. Certainly, orphans aren't lesser people. Look at Romulus and Remus. Though I'm not recommending that you be suckled by wolves. Fellow orphans,
Always remember, you're never alone. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hi.
Hi.
I haven't seen much of you lately.
Oh, busy, you know.
Everything okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Well, I gotta go.
How is she? No. She returned from the children's ward. She told the nurse she hit her head and wanted something for the pain. By the time the nurse got back with an aspirin, Elaine was dead. The leukemia left her with a low platelet count. So her blood wasn't clotting. A blow to the head probably caused a cerebral hemorrhage. She changed the way I looked at things. Taught me not to be afraid. Made me believe we had a fighting chance in the universe. Let's go, Lee. He made me believe. Gave me hope. Damn you. Wait. Come on, let's go take a drive up to Vermont. See if the leaves turn. It's too late, they're dead. We'll go anyway.
Yes?
Hi. Got a minute?
Please, come in.
Saw Patricia Kimball a little while ago.
How is she?
She's bugged. She's not getting any better.
Understandable.
I didn't know what to tell her. What fate deals the cards. It's the hand you get.
We all have to accept limitations.
I agree with Patricia. It's not fair.
Believe me, watching many of my contemporaries cruising along at 70 while I fight this liver cancer hardly seems fair. Every time Ed Havenhurst jogs past my front door in the pink, wish I had a rifle.
I was born Italian, Catholic, lower class, female. My life was programmed by repression. Repressed thought, repressed sex. You know, I watched Donald walk out of our relationship because I feel ambiguous about sex. I'm sorry, I don't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. But I worked with Helen Rosenthal through 3 of her divorces. Shocked every time. I thought she was a floozy. Now I realize all along she was right. I mean, what am I trying to preserve that's so precious? I'm ready for a change.
You've already changed a lot. Started as a nurse, now becoming a doctor.
Career, love, happiness. I want the works.
I hope you get it. You'd be the first.
Fortune cookies. My favorite thing about eating Chinese. Here, Masha. Yuri? See. You will never have to worry about a steady income.
That is, if Yuri doesn't put me out of business with his laser.
It's not in my intention.
Oh, of course.
You don't believe me?
Let's just say that I've been waiting for an apology all night.
You. I've been waiting.
What do I have to apologize for? You're the one that tossed down the gauntlet.
Mark, hush.
I thought that we could have this dinner and resolve our differences, but it's clear that you'll never apologize for your behavior. And I will not submit to your authority. Therefore, I decide to take the offer made to me by Josiah Bartlett to become a head of laser research department in Boston General.
You what?
I'm a grown-up man, and I have to follow my own desires, my own wishes. Isn't that what you say America is all about?
Fine. You want Independence Day? Here's a declaration. Beat it.
Masha.
Benedict Arnold.
Do you really blame him, Mark, after the way you've behaved?
Well, here we go.
That's what I'm talking about. Who do you think you are? Inflicting your point of view and your concerns on all the rest of the world. You can be such a bully. I've never wanted to believe this before, but you are a confused and insecure man, and I think you need help.
What are you talking about?
I want you to start therapy.
My hand's fine.
I mean, a psychiatrist.
You were sincere, moving.
And you hardly even noticed his lisp.
Whatever you guys dish out, I can take. I'm a happy man.
Excuse us, Victor.
That was quite a speech you made up there about being an orphan.
Thank you.
I don't really know how to tell you this, but...
Victor, we're your parents.
Oh, Victor.